Hi, I'm Loretta of Loretta Makes a Million. I'm the one taking a challenge to make $1 million in profit from trading options over the next number of years. Today you are watching video number 6, Credit Spreads. You should have already watched videos 1 through 5. Before we get started, I want everyone to understand that this video is for educational purposes only. I am not a registered investment advisor. I am not offering investment advice. Please be aware that there is risk and potential losses associated with options trading. If you're watching this video on YouTube, then come to my website, lorettamakes-a-million.com. There you can sign up for my free newsletter to stay up to date on my trades, helpful hints exclusively on my site, and other exciting information. In this video, we will discuss what is a credit spread. We will take a look at a profit and loss chart for a credit spread, and we will discuss what is delta. Let's begin. What is a credit spread? A credit spread is an option strategy where a high premium option is sold and a low premium option is bought on the same underlying. For example, you sell a call with a high premium and buy a call with a low premium. You receive a credit, and that is why it is called a credit spread. Or you sell a put with a high premium and buy a put with a low premium. You receive a credit, and that is why it is called a credit spread. Why do we trade credit spreads? You may recall from video number 2 that short calls have limited profit and unlimited loss, and from video 4 that short puts have limited profit and significant loss. Credit spreads limit the unlimited loss of the short call and limit the significant loss of a short put. Credit spreads also reduce the maximum profit of the short call and put. I do not mind the reduction in maximum profit, for now I have a trade with a defined amount of risk. For example, on January 28, 2015, Google is trading at $510. You sell one contract of the March 2015 560 call strike option for $3.70. You will notice that the 560 strike is an out-of-the-money strike and not an at-the-money strike. In review, a call is out of the money when the strike is greater than the current market price of the underlying. I do not trade at-the-money strike options. As the seller of a call, I trade out-of-the-money options because they are less likely to be in the money and more likely to be out of the money at expiration. When an option expires out of the money, it expires worthless. When an option expires worthless, the seller of the option gets to keep the credit. Let us take a look at the profit and loss chart of the short 560 call strike option. Here is the current price of Google. Here is our break-even point. You will notice that the Google stock price can go up a ways before passing the break-even point. Once the price passes the break-even point, the position starts to lose money. By selling an out-of-the-money call strike, it is less likely that the position will expire in the money, and it is less likely that we will lose money. Although with an out-of-the-money strike, it is less likely that the position will expire in the money, you still have the potential for unlimited loss. The higher the stock price goes, the more money you can lose. That is why we do credit spreads, to limit the unlimited loss of short calls and to limit the significant loss of short puts. The maximum profit is $370. Here is how the maximum profit for a short call is derived. $3.70 times 100 shares of Google would give you a maximum profit of $370. Remember that one option contract is equal to 100 units of the underlying. Let us take a look at a profit and loss graph of a credit spread. To create a credit spread, you buy one contract of the Google March 2015 570 call strike option for $2.75. You receive an overall credit of 95 cents for the credit spread. Remember, a credit spread is an option strategy where a high premium option is sold and a low premium option is bought on the same underlying. Here is how the credit is derived. You sold a high premium option, a 560 call strike option, for a $3.70 credit, and you bought a low premium option, a 570 call strike, for a $2.75 debit. You subtract the $2.75 debit from the $3.70 credit for a credit of 95 cents. The difference in the strike prices is called the width of the spread. In this example, the width of the spread is 10. I trade 10 wide spreads. The greater the width of the spread, the greater the risk. You will notice that now we have a limited loss of $905. Here is how the maximum loss for a credit spread is derived. You subtract the 95-cent credit from 10, which is the width of the spread, which would equal $9.05. $9.05 times 100 shares of Google would equal a maximum loss of $905. You will also notice on the graph that our maximum profit has been reduced to $95. Here is how the maximum profit for a credit spread is derived. You take the 95-cent credit times 100 shares of Google for a maximum profit of $95. Our maximum profit is reduced from $370 to $95, but so is the risk from an unlimited amount of loss to a maximum amount of loss of $905. Let us now take a look at the white and red lines. The white line represents the profit and loss chart of Google today. The red line represents the profit and loss chart of Google at expiration. As time goes by, the white line gets closer to the red line. You will notice that credit spreads make more money as time goes by. For example, if Google was trading at $550 today, you would lose money. If Google was trading at $550 at expiration, you would make the maximum profit. You will recall on January 28, 2015, that Google is trading at $510. You sell the 560 call strike and you buy the 570 call strike. How do you know which out of the money strike to sell? In this example, I sold the 15 Delta call strike. What is Delta? Delta is an option Greek that will be discussed in detail in a later video. One way to think of Delta is that it gives an estimate of the probability of the option being in the money at expiration. A short strike with a delta of 15 will have a 15% chance of being in the money at expiration and an 85% chance of being out of the money at expiration. The odds are in our favor that the option will be out of the money at expiration. That means the odds are in our favor that we will make money. In the money strikes have deltas of 50 to 100. At the money strikes have deltas of 50. Out of the money strikes have deltas of 0 to 50. Let us take a look of how delta is displayed on the thinkorswim platform. Here are the deltas. Here are the strikes that correspond with the deltas. The 560 call strike has a delta of 15. You will notice that a delta of 15 is listed as 0.15. Let us review what we have learned in this video. A credit spread is an option strategy where a high premium option is sold and a low premium option is bought on the same underlying. We trade credit spreads to define the risk of short calls and short puts. Credit spreads make more money as time goes by. Delta gives an estimate of the probability of the option being in the money at expiration. That's it for this video. Please join me for my next video, video number 7, Iron Condors. Thanks for joining me on my $1 million journey.